All right, so we had a lot of comments that I don't finish my projects, and I think somebody's reached out to Brent from Half-Ass Customs, who drove all the way from Manitoba to help me finish the C10, because he's like, finish your stuff. If you guys don't know Brent runs a YouTube channel out of Manitoba, and he actually entered our online car challenge, right?
Yeah.
And he built the sick International Army truck.
That's what I put in there,
Yeah, crew cab, 12-valve Cummins, and I think you should have won. It's just that the winner, I think, had more friends online, and he got more votes for the popularity contest. But you're an awesome fabricator, and I thought, you know what, if you're in the area, we could do a little something with the C10. Let's get into it. Here we go. Yeah, we'll tidy this up, tidy that up, and then get ready to fire it up and go. It's just doing all sorts of wild stuff. He's deaf, he's got something going on in his ear. I think there's no point in measuring anything or doing anything. I think we just grab the grinders and start cutting stuff off.
That's my style.
We're gonna put the hood back on and then get the hinges welded in the right spot, and then we'll put the actuator on. It's been a while since this has been on the channel because there's been other priorities, but this is our 64 C10 sitting on a 2015 bus frame. We built the frame for it underneath the cab, but it actually has a full air ride system built by Freightliner. If you don't know who Freightliner is, they build medium duty and heavy duty transport trucks. Now, I feel like an engine bay should have an engine in it. And when we first got this truck, it had this tiny little 350, I think, in it. And you could put two Mexicans underneath the hood and drive them across the border, and they wouldn't even get hot from the engine because it's so small. So what we did was we put an LB7 Duramax in it. We put a dual plenum intake on it and went twin turbo. So generally Duramaxes go compound turbo. They have the turbo in the valley. We decided to make this thing completely unreliable and do way too much work to it. But now the hood doesn't fit anymore. I can barely close the hood because the engine's too big. And when we drop it down, because the air, the tire hits the inner fender, and then it has the ability to go lower, but it can't because it's hitting fender. So we thought, even though this is completely numbers matching and completely original truck, and it doesn't have a Dodge box on a Chevy cab, we would cut this whole inner fender system out, weld the hood to the bottom section, and then make it so that the whole hood tilts up like a transport truck. Yeah, it'll be easy. It'll be easy. You up for it?
Seems easy.
The problem is that our fenders curl in quite a bit here, and our tires might still hit the fender. So I was thinking last night, why don't we just cut it down the middle here and just widen it a little bit? And we don't have to do the hood, because the hood we can cut the lip off and just weld this to basically here, try to flare it out a little bit, and we can pull this out a little bit, but still try to keep the original shape.
Wait, yeah.
It's that, or the baseball roll, or we pie cut it and fold it out. But keep in mind that as the tire goes in, it also tilts in too, right? So we're just kind of at that point.
I guess you have to see once we pull this out, air it down, we'll get an idea roughly where we're,
Yeah.
maybe we can do the old less work.
Well, we'll see. Either way, I think there's no point in measuring anything or doing anything. I think we just grab the grinders and start cutting stuff off.
That's my style.
Alright, so we're going to drop the suspension, and we're going to keep in mind that as we go down, the tire tilts into the front. So we'll see exactly how much we need to cut, because basically the other hood, the lip stops right here, but we can go up to this lip here. That determines whether we have to like widen it or if we pie cut it and just fold it out. So.
I don't know how much more you're going to go down, honestly. You have to redo the shocks.
Yeah, either way, Actually, that is probably about it, yeah. But either way, we're gonna make the hood tilt up.
Yeah. I don't think splitting it.
No, I think we can get away with it.
It doesn't really matter. You can leave this here, but he's still gonna cut it. So I don't know if it's just worth. We're gonna weld it anyways. The hood's gonna overlap here.
Yeah.
I think if we just get rid of this, we can do. As long as we don't go over the edge, we won't mess everything up. I think we do a couple cuts just to relieve this thing.
Yep.
I think just to get away with the possibility of what's gonna happen down the road is maybe eventually roll some like rebar or some round rod into there
Oh yeah.
to hold the shape.
Yeah.
I think if you get it in there and kind of zap it, you can just hammer it around.
Yeah.
And that might stiffen up the edges where you decide to do this slice of the root.
Yeah. So what we did with the other one was we just
Rolled it.
just tucked it, just vice gripped it and tucked it right up and then just folded it out a little bit.
Seems good on this side.
It's not bad, eh?
Oh, mind you, you've actually rolled that one out. That's probably
Yeah.
why you're. I think it's this side is hooping you right now. Because you haven't touched this side.
Yeah.
Right now it's touching.
You want to touch my side? Here.
You,
Curl that lip in.
you want it in or out?
Go up.
Which way do you want to go with it? It's kind of rusty, so it's probably
Fold
not.
it in. Fold it in and up. Yeah. And try not to scratch it.
Can you go up more?
I can go up more.
Yeah, might have to go over that lip. I don't know if we'll get enough. We might have to go outside of that to get that.
You can go a wee bit further. You can go to the line.
Yeah.
Can we go to the line? Now I have to. Yeah, we can go to the line. Yeah.
Because we can't pull the fender tight right now.
Yeah.
We're trying to close the gap. So our first attempt with the stretcher shrinker is not working, but we're going to use it to actually pull the gap tight. That's our goal. Problem is the gap is not very big, because when I put this in, you can see it'll like squeeze this together. Well, I'll do a better job of it, but it'll actually close the gap, and we want to tack this, which in the end is going to help the fender kind of bow out a little bit, just to give him some breathing room. So maybe he can roll a little bit when the air's out.
You ever just stack 3 blades on top of each other to get the right width?
No.
This is the method that works.
I don't know. We're making it up. There's probably a lot of easier ways to do it, but it's easier when it's on the vehicle to see what's happening versus cutting this,
Yeah.
making this, and then it doesn't line up with anything anymore after. Yeah. A little ahead of it. I'm just kind of getting things in place. there, but you know what I mean? It kind of.
Oh, it's fine. Because the hood has that contour there too, so it doesn't really matter. We just add a little bit more rust on the It'll be fine.
More rust.
Okay. Rust has a texture, so you can't see the dimples in it. It's fantastic.
Don't scratch it.
You roll it.
It just hits it. But that's not bad. Like it just hit the tire at the top there. It's too bad, but it's like a 1/4 inch, which is fine. I think if we cut this lip and then welded this to this. Before we do that though, I'd like to try and curl the hood out just a little bit. Just this little piece.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Pie cut and just pull those together. Just this lip on the inside. Then attach the hood to this fender. Then we can take it off, weld it together, and then cut and then finish the cut. So here's my idea. Pie cut it so it's the same profile, right? Then we weld this to that, and then cut this lip off of both of them, so that the tire can go down that little bit. We'll cut this little lip off. We'll do the pie cuts. We'll fold it out, and then weld the two together, and then I'll worry about this afterwards. It's a little not super smooth, but there. We come out here this way, but then we don't line up here. So, but I can open up this gap a little too here.
Yeah.
It's pretty tight here.
You want to go more gradual with this one, or?
A little bit more here, because it kind of curls and then it like.
Yeah, I think you
this
might
is
want
flat.
to soften this a bit, and then.
I think this one.
Yeah.
Two
the whole
cuts here.
thing. The whole thing over.
Yeah. That's cool. I like it. Right upside down, I think. I hate to be a pain in the ass, but this is where
Isn't that
that cooler's got to go there. So you have to put the angle iron here, and then we got to like if we go right on the very edge, otherwise you got to come in and go here. As long as we got left to right all the way across, there's a little bit of meat here with a lip on there that gives it some strength. If we do something into there, even if we have to weld a little piece of angle iron in there and bolt it into here, that's fine too.
Yeah, like
Some-
for me to get rid of this, I'm not sure.
No, that's kind of a pain in the ass too. So
Yeah.
we can drill straight through and then and two holes, right? And
So tack for now. And,
tack for now, and then I think if we bolt it there, that's plenty for it too. let's build a hinge. So the hinge just has to be somewhat adjustable, which is why like these things do help a little bit because the holes are slotted and the pins are.
It's like gonna get in the hinge where you need them.
We need it farther out, right? We need it as far back as possible and as high as possible.
Back in one side, or are you just gonna let it drift for now?
We just let it drift for now.
Okay.
So, like,
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
So I think it's got to go like as high up as possible.
Just wondering if it's just not far enough out.
Let's start by cutting.
Maybe we need to
just
clear
an
it?
inch, just an inch, an
clear
inch
it?
up above that. Yeah.
Like here, mark it.
So it sits in there, but I can weld it on the lip there. So just an inch, yeah. How cool is this?
I might actually stop on the angle.
That's
I
awesome.
don't think I would leave it there, but
No,
Well done.
I think that's pretty cool. Let's close her again.
yeah. I think this one will go better if we got rid of that hang. Full size probably.
Probably, yeah. It's that's exactly what's causing it. Yeah.
My side's okay. You probably gotta tug yours or something.
What's hitting? Nothing's hitting on my side.
Nothing on my side.
Is it something ratting again?
It's gonna be a hard one. I think it's gotta have the adjustment. It's gotta come up a little.
And then shim the cab, yeah. But that is the basic idea. So
Yeah.
that again. Let's trim those corner pieces off.
Oh. It's mint.
That's awesome. You hold it there for a sec?
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
It said,
It's the intercooler. You gotta see what's involved in the intercooler. But here's the coolest part. If you take the hood and we walk your way,
yeah.
the whole hood comes out.
There's no way we're putting that back on. You can only make the hole bigger.
And drop it
Drop
down.
it
too,
right
yeah,
down, and then
yeah,
let
yeah.
it sit right on the rubber.
Yeah, I
those
can
are
do
pretty
that.
thick. Those ends on those things.
Yeah. So I think I'll do that, but that's tomorrow's, which is probably.
Works.
Yeah. No, that was awesome, man. Thank you very much.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Never done that.
Me neither. But as soon as I welded the two pieces together, I'm like, this is gonna be pretty cool. I'm super happy with that. So just a clip for the lights, and then make it so that the intake, just like when you close it, it just kind of butts up to it. That's all we need, because the air filter's after that. And then, so one of the lights is gonna be the intake horn, and then the other one is gonna be the actual light.
Yeah.
All right, Brent, well, thank you very much, man. That was a lot of fun. Hopefully there wasn't too much laughing on the camera, but I had a great time. I hope you did too. But that's kind of exactly how I hoped it would go today. So I'm gonna finish up putting the actuator on it, because I do want it electric, just because I have like an extra wire.
You bought it.
I bought it. It's there. So, if you guys haven't checked out Brent from Half-Ass Custom, check his channel out in Manitoba, Canada. Nice working with a fellow Canadian, and hopefully if we're ever in your area, I can give you a hand on one of yours.
Be fun.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, man.
Right on.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, got the hood back off again, and this was just temporary, just to see kind of proof of concept. And I got some expensive rollers and stuff, and I don't need any of this to make the hood go up. It goes just fine. But what I can do, I wasn't really thinking at the end, this is way too light, but I need to brace this more. So we can't just tilt the hood just on this angle iron here and hope for the best. So I'm gonna move it over a hair. And then run a brace, so it's kind of, I have enough room right here to go beside this one and build something that goes up to this end here, and then I can even go over to the brace right there. But at least if we go to the hood and have something substantial here, that should be really good. So we're gonna cut this off, and then we're gonna move these over and bring them over to the edge. That should bring them away from the light. I don't want a bunch of gusseting and stuff behind the openings here. That doesn't look pretty. We need it to be pretty. And then I bought a big long actuator there, but I think the small one will work just fine too. If I put it right here, and then as I bring it closer to the outside, I can notch it here and push right on that brace. I don't need much of an extension. I don't have room because somebody put all these pipes in the way here, and I don't have enough room to have a big long actuator there. So I could stick it farther back here maybe, because then I can open it pretty far. All right, I don't know what the plan is yet, but first, I'm sorry, I thought I had it all figured out, and then I start recording, and then I'm thinking as I'm recording, and then it changes. But what I'm gonna do first is move this over to the side and brace the snot out of this thing so that it's not a rusty old garbage hood. Here we go. Okay, so that's kind of the finished, almost finished. I got a brace going from there to there. I got the brace going up, getting tied into that brace. And then it still goes over to the edge, catches the one on the corner, which will lift and push. I am missing this one. I might do one across just to go from top to bottom here, but I'll see what my clearances are like. And then this is where we folded out our edges. We pushed this whole side out. I cut little pieces out at a time and just welded the seam. And then hopefully my tire will fit in between there. So that all that messing around took the better part of a day. But basically, it's a skeleton on the inside to push on everything out. Now, this, I can put my hinge on here and I can push on right here on the hinge. So we'll see how strong that little motor is, otherwise I'll have to trade it in and put some solid on and grab another one. If I do two of them at the same time, I'm wondering if they're gonna fight each other, but that might work too. It's just I got my steering to work. My steering motor's right there too, so we'll see. All right, that's it for today. And we'll go back at it tomorrow morning. All right, we had Vince weld some, well, you touch it first and see how hot it is.
And then I touch it twice, and then I'm like, yeah, that is really hot.
I don't have time to wait. Anyway, this hits first on the hood. So our clearances are 2 pieces of cardboard. I thought maybe 1 layer, but we're gonna go 2 layer for extra. And then we'll have to raise the cab up if we do anything else. But that's not a bad thing, because that'll bring it up off the exhaust just a hair too. So this is my actuator that I got. So basically that's gonna go on the back. This little bracket goes in behind here, and I'll weld that in there. And then these ended up getting welded to the braces that I have on the inside. But before we do that, we're gonna put the hood back on and then get the hinges welded in the right spot, and then we'll put the actuator on. There we go. Okay, so unfortunately the stroke is too small to get the full amount that I want out of this. It's not gonna be long enough. So I'm gonna trade it in, but I'm gonna put it on anyway. I'm just gonna tack it on I'm gonna kind of hold the hood and see. It's not gonna close and open all the way, but I'll know whether I need 1 or 2 of these. So I can probably trade that one big one in for 2 slightly bigger than these ones. I think this is like a 4-inch stroke. I need like I need like an 8-inch stroke, probably 8 or 10, something like that. But yeah, we'll trade that in tomorrow. But for now, I'm gonna tack it on just so I can see it go up and down. Here we go. So I got my little solenoid, my linear actuator hooked up to just run off a 12-volt Milwaukee here. The only problem is every 6 months or so I'm gonna have to change his battery. It's so cool. All right, so I went back to Princess Auto and I didn't open up the package. Just use your phone number. They don't even need a receipt. Took back all the linear actuators. So I traded them in for footlongs. This has an 8-inch stroke. The body's about 11 inches long, but that puts it all the way up to this angle here. And what I did was I closed it and then I just extended it a hair and then welded the bracket on the back. That way, when it closes, it pulls that little bit and really seals it on the lip right here. So I got one on this side and I got one on this side. I had it working just on one, so it has enough power to do it all with one on a Milwaukee battery. It'll be an extra 1.5 volts when when it's charging. But if I shut it off, it still works. So now when we close it, look at that. So now she's good and sturdy, because honestly, who wants to open their hood like a Mennonite? So, one more thing off the list. Now I gotta fit the bumper. We're gonna push this out just a hair. We're gonna brace it in behind there and then put a little lip on the inside so that the hood catches and it lines up on the seams nice, get my gaps going. And I have the original hood and roof off of the Dodge, which is at the rear fender. So I'm gonna build step boards on the bottom. That will finish off all of the bodywork, but that will be in the next video. Hopefully not as long of a break in between. So just a little bit of metal work to do on this thing and get the lights and that working off of the painless. And then this thing is ready to go out. It runs. I need a couple clips for the drive shaft yet, and it's ready to drive out of the shop too. So almost done. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you. The Silverado's next, I promise. Well, I'm going on it like right now. Here we go.